A lot has changed right now in 2024 on the Business Manager platform. And if you're running Facebook ad, you need to stay up to date with all these trends so you're not making any mistake and missing out things when you run ad on Facebook. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to create Facebook and Instagram ad from scratch. So if you've not done it before or you've done it already and you want to be sure if you did the right thing, then this video is going to help you out. What I'm going to be doing in this video is I'm going to be taking you through the ad creation process and show you step by step how to create your ad from scratch. Now for context, I run Facebook ads for brands and I've spent about $10 million in ad spend across different niche. And because I've done this several times, I know the best way and I know the best tools to use in order to get you the result that you need. Now, one key thing you need to understand is that when you run ads on Facebook very often, you get used to the platform and it becomes very easy for you to dive through all the tools, all the features that Facebook has on its platform. This is going to be the best video in 2024 as I'm going to walk you through all the entire process. So what you need to do is grab a pen and paper and ensure you watch this video to the end so you don't miss out on any key details. And without much further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so this is the Business Manager account right now. If you don't have one already, you need to create a Facebook Business Manager account because that's where you will be running your ads from. And if you already have one, let's jump into it. The first thing I'm going to be doing right now is helping you understand the segment of the ads manager. Now you can see that there are two segments of the ads manager. There is the campaign level, the ad set level, and there is the ad level. Now the campaign level is where you select your objective, and if you're doing CBU, where you select your budget actually. The ad set level is where you do most of the targeting, age, interest, gender, and placement. Those are where you actually find those things there. And on the ad level, what you're doing here is throwing in your creatives, your copy, your headline, your link to the website, and tracking is also done in this segment. Now we're going to create a new campaign and you'll see what exactly it looks like. So click on the create campaign button there. And when you do that, you'll see different options that you can actually select in terms of objective. Now, the key thing to understand when you run ads for yourself or for a client is what exactly do this objective actually work with. Now, understanding this objective would be a key thing to selecting any of them. The goal you want to achieve will determine the campaign objective you're going to be selecting. Now, if you hover around this awareness objective there, it shows you options that you can actually use this for. You can use this for reach. It is also used for brand awareness, video views, and store location awareness. Now, the traffic objective is used for if you want to get link clicks, people to click your link, people to go to your landing page, people to visit your Instagram profile, or people to message you on Messenger, Instagram, or WhatsApp, and basically for calls. The next is the engagement objective. With this, you can send traffic to your Messenger, Instagram, WhatsApp, video views, post engagement. If you want likes, comments, shares on your post, you can use this objective. And if you also want conversion, you can also use objective. Now, following that is the lead objective. Now with this basically works as a way to collect leads for your business or your brand. So you can create instant form on Facebook itself and collect leads there, or you can send people to your Messenger or Instagram and collect leads from that platform. And if you have site, you can select the conversion event there, and you can select the lead objective and use the conversion optimization there to get better performance and track effectively. Now also with that, you have the app promotion. Now this objective is always going to be used by people promoting app install or app event on the app specifically. So the last is the sales objective. This is what I always use for clients and of course myself. Now the key thing to note is that with this objective, it can be used for conversion if you have deep, and if you also want to send traffic to Messenger, Instagram, WhatsApp, or calls generally. Now the key thing I always use this for is the sales objective. So we select sales objective and see how it looks like from there. So select this objective you want to run for your account and click on the continue button. Now when you click on continue, it shows you this option. Now this is actually new on Facebook platform, the advantage shopping campaign. Now this is very tailored campaign type, utilizing AI tools and the likes for the algorithm and helping you get much more data. It simplifies all of your setup and takes away those manual work there. So placement is automatic there, age and the likes, but I don't recommend this if you're starting out right now. So If you're just starting out, go ahead and select the manual sales campaign. Click on continue, because the manual sales campaign gives you much more room for flexibility and editing options. Now, the first thing you want to do is to name your campaign. I always recommend and advise that if you're running ads, you want to have a naming convention workflow. And what this does is it helps you at a glance to be able to understand what your campaign, your ad set, or your ad is about. So if you just look at the naming convention, you should be able to understand the goal of this campaign and what it aims to achieve. So if you don't have a naming convention yet, you can check the description in this video. I'll drop a link to download my naming convention template, and you can use that as you go. So go ahead and put your naming convention there, name your campaign, and then when you scroll down, you see this objective, which is the categories. Now, this is not something you should be messing with because you don't really need this, except you're running ads for job offers, housing, politics, and you can select any of these here. But if you're not, leave this the way it is and just scroll down to your advantage catalog ads. Now, this is going to be useful if you're running ads for e-commerce brand and you have DPA catalogs that you want to select. But if you don't, skip that and go to the next, which is the budget. Now, if you want to run CBO, which is your campaign budget optimization, it is now called Advantage Campaign Budget, where you control your spend on the campaign level. You can turn this on and select your budget. But if you don't and you want to control your budget on the ad set level, then don't turn this on and just scroll down. I don't use the A/B test tool on Facebook. I don't use this because it doesn't give me what I want. So that's the only thing that you're just going to be messing around with there. So when you're done on the campaign level, the next phase is the ad set level. So let's go there, click on the next button there, and go ahead and do your naming conversion on your ad set level. And you'll observe that we already have our conversion location. So website is where we want to send traffic to. But if you want to send traffic to somewhere else like a website and apps, do that. For some other accounts, it's going to be website and shop, do that. But if you're not doing that and you want to send traffic only to your website, select that and then you should be good to go. The next thing you want to pay attention to right now is your performance goal. Now, most people don't always look at this. This is something that you need to always be checking when you're running ads, because it will determine the result you get on the long run. So what you want to be doing here is maximizing the number of conversion. Now, sometimes the platform can just select any other goal for you. That's why you need to be checking this out. But as you can see, there are other goals here for landing page views, link clicks, reach, and impressions. You don't need any of these. What you need if you're running conversion ad is maximize number of conversions. So select that. Here is a pixel. What your pixel does is basically helps you to track. So your pixel is more like a piece of code that you put on your website to measure the effectiveness of your ad. So if you already have a website, then you can create a pixel and select a pixel here. If you don't have one yet, you can go and create one right now and come back to this video. Now, when you do that, go ahead and select your conversion event. So this is what you want to optimize for. Maybe you want to optimize for purchase, which is of course what you want to be optimizing for. So, but whatever suits your business goal, I always recommend you optimize for purchase. So select the purchase event there. And this is if you're running cost cap or any bidding strategy and you want to select your cost per result goal, put that. But this is optional if you're not doing that because you're currently using lowest cost. So ignore this option, and this is where you select your attribution window. So for me right now, I keep this as it is for a new account. But if you have much more data and you want to optimize for click only, do that. Take away view through if you want to optimize for click, which I always recommend. I don't use the engage view at all in my campaign. So I leave it the way it is, 7-day click, 1-day view, or 7-day click, or just 1-day click. And then scroll down. Now, the dynamic creative element is if you want to use this tool, what it does for you is basically helps you provide different combination of your image, your headline, and your text. So Facebook will take any of your image, any of your videos, any of your text, any of your headline, and automatically generate combinations to optimize for your audience. So sometimes I use this if I'm just starting out test on a brand and I don't know what format, what messaging angles is working. I can test different combination, but for the sake of this video, we're not going to be doing that. So keep this turned off the way it is and select your budget. Ensure that it is right in your date. If it's not, restart to your date. And I don't use the budget scheduling tool. I don't increase my budget on any specific time period. If you're a brand and you're running ads and you already know, for instance, when to scale your ad and when you're seeing performance, you can select this and just select when you want to increase the budget. I don't do this actually on my end, so you can ignore that. And the key thing to understand right now is the audience control. Now, what you want to look at for here is your location. Select your location where you want your ad to be shown to. So I'll leave this as it is right now and click on show more option. When you click on that, it shows you age. Now, except your product or whatever service you're promoting right now has a specific age range that you want to target, I always advise you keep this very broad as it is, so you can let Facebook use its data to help you find the best audience there. Now, if you already have custom audience, now custom audience are audience that you actually build from scratch. So it could be website visitors, it could be purchase, it could be Instagram engagers, any way it is there. So you can select that and exclude them from your prospecting campaign. So the reason why you're doing this is so that you're not showing your ads repeatedly to people that have already bought your product or your service. So if you have that audience there, exclude them and just move ahead to the next options there. Now the next option is actually your audience. Now with this, what I always recommend on this segment is that you let this run the way it is as a broad audience and take advantage of the Facebook ad technology to help you get best result on your money. Now, for reasons, otherwise, if you want to test different interest group, you can go ahead and switch to the original audience. Now, when you do that, it will show you different targeting options that you can actually use. If you want to target by interest, say fashion, for instance, you can see all of that. Now, the key thing with this is just select interest group that relates to your product or service. Like I always say, if you're starting out, the best thing you want to start with is just go broad and see how it works. If you don't get much result going broad, then you can try testing out interest group to see if it works for your ad account or your product or your service there. So do that. And the next thing you want to do is just ignore other things here, like your defined folder ad exclusions. I don't use this. You don't need to do all of this narrow targeting. It's not needed right now. So move ahead and go to your placement. Now with placement also, I always keep this as automatic as it is because I trust Facebook algorithm to help me find the best placement for my ad that would actually convert better. So except for any specific reason, if you want to test Reels, Stories, Facebook, Instagram separately, you can click on the edit button and select manual placement, and you can go ahead and select whatever placement you want to test. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to keep this as automatic as it is, and then we can go to the next phase, which will be the ad level. Now with the ad level, the key thing to understand is this is where you're going to be selecting your creative, your copy, your headline, your link to your website and the likes. So go ahead and scroll down. You have options here to create your ad, to use existing posts. Now this will be great to use if you already have the post in your social media account, your Instagram or Facebook. So you can just select the post you want to promote and it will automatically come up on the platform. So this is how it looks like. But if you don't have that yet, you want to create new ad from scratch. Also, one other thing to do is if you have post IDs, if you want to use post ID is what you can basically just put there and it will pull up your ads directly. Now, one of the reasons why people use this is because it helps you retain your social proof, your likes, engagement, comment on your ad. Now, if you already have a video that is performing very well with so much engagement, it's always advised that you use the post ID so you can help, decrease your CPM and decrease your CPA there. Now, but if you don't have a post ID, if you don't have existing posts, go back to creating your ad from scratch. So select the create ad, and when that is being done, the next thing to look at for is you have different formats that you want to select for your ad. You have the carousel, the collection, and whatever works for your account right now. Whichever format you have, if it's video or image, let us select that. If it's carousel, you can select that. Carousel shows you like different ad in cards. So you can have 5 ads, you can have 5 cards, you can have 2 cards, whichever way. But for the purpose of this video, I'll go ahead and select single image or a video so you can see how it works. So I'll go ahead and select my video or image, whatever which you're going to be using. So select that and click on the next. Always look out for this because this will show you how your ad will reflect on the platform. Sometimes this might show like this, so if you don't pay attention to that, you lose that. But the key thing to do here is selecting the format that actually works best for your creative. For this, I'll leave it at original. I'll just select this because this is like the best right now. So click on next, and this is what we also need to pay attention to. This is the Facebook optimization tool. I tend to not use most of these because it doesn't give me the results I'm looking for. So I turn up music. I keep the relevant comment on by default, so you don't need to turn this off. But any other template or optimization that you don't need, like this, keep this off, turn this off, and leave this the way it is, and then select done. So when you do that, the next thing to do is to add the primary text. So let's say this is an ad. So this is how your text will look like on platforms that you want to show them on. And when you do that, put your headline, click the link below. And if you want to test different options for headline, you can click on this. Facebook will pull all of that together like you can see there. You can select this, and then Facebook will do the combination on each of those variables there. But I don't select that. I keep this the way it is, like this. And I go down to my description. This is optional if you want to do this. But if you have any other information that would help improve your performance on your product, you can select this and go to your call to action. When you click on this, if you're running purchase, you can always select the shop now or learn more, whichever works for your account. Now, one key thing I've learned from this is if I'm doing prospecting ads and people don't already know my product, sometimes I can just select learn more, but you can just go with shop now, so you don't confuse your audience. They know it's something they need to buy from you immediately. Select that and go down. Ensure you have this turned on, because I don't likely select my code on my ad. This is one thing Facebook does, it just turns this automatically sometimes and it affects your performance. So keep this off and go straight down to your destination. So you could see you have a link here. So this is where you're going to be sending traffic to. Select the link to your website or wherever you want to send traffic to and scroll down. Keep all of this the way it is. And sometimes Facebook can just pull up this for you. So you just need to cancel it. Because if you don't, you'll end up seeing errors. So ensure it's none and scroll down to tracking. So the pixel will be selected here, and that's what you need to do here. The next thing is to just look out for your URL. Now, most people don't know about this, but you need to use URL parameters because it just helps you track where your visitors are coming from on your website. And especially if you're using Google Analytics, you can see all of this on the back end there. So ensure you use this, and then when you're done with all of these variables here, you want to click on publish. So when you click on publish, it automatically sends your ads to review, and then when it's done reviewing by the Facebook team. So I hope this helps you. I hope I've been able to just share with you the key things to note when you want to run ads, and I hope this video helps you to understand the business manager very well. So if you like this video, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and if you're new to this channel, you can go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you can stay updated on every video that I will post. I'll see you in the next video, guys.